Niners. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 6. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. This defense for the Saints, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
From the 41, Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Even.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and what great way to judge a defense. How do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. From the 45 on second down, Winston. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Jameis now on first down. The pass caught by Olave. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. We're scoreless after one. On second down, Kamara. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 15-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Winston to the sideline here on fourth down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The Niners at 3-7 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but
got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. touchdown 49ers. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Winston now. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. That'll give them 8 that time. 3rd and 7 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
'49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Winston. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Winston. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On third down, Winston. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. The tackle there by George Odom.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. A 10th carry for Kamara. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is third and 4. Again, it's Kamara. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now Winston on 4th down. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now first and goal.
Throwing, Winston. Olave over the middle. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and goal from inside the 5. Kamara will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on third and goal. Again, Kamara. And this time he scores. Touchdown, New Orleans. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Now Lance on the bootleg. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
52 blasted.
Got his target, Samuel.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Watch out now. 50 period. Blasted. 6.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
To throw is Winston.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Ready.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Winston to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Hey, I'm on 50. I'm on 50.
Now Winston. Olave holds it in. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Winston completing a quick throw out wide. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Lutz with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
49ers 7. Will Lutz to kick off 41.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Ready, break.
The big loss on 1st down leads to a tricky 2nd down. 18 yards to go.
Right, 60. Blue striker. Ready.
One final try now for Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Saints, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be...
Dollar. Hey. DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm